Fife Flyers TV, sponsored by the Bay Hotel, Fife's premier wedding venue.
I think our first period tonight was our best period by a long shot. We woke up in short bursts in the second and third, but those are 5 very good skating hockey clubs that we played, and I think it's taken its toll on us. I mean, it's probably been the best tune-up that we've had, and we're hoping that it pays dividends, but you can still see that there's some holes in our game, and that comes down to personal choice. I mean, you can tell when we play the right way, we're making the right choices, things are working out for us and going in our direction, but there's also other factors that you have to put into there. There's mental fatigue. We're missing a big piece and Scotty Arson at the back. We'll get better, but it's business time next Saturday, and we've got a few things we need to continue to address and make sure everybody's buying into it for 60 minutes. But I think there's been a lot of positive signs over the preseason. I think it's been a successful one. And I hope people have enjoyed it.
In terms of a warm-up, we call these exhibition matches, but they're not really. They've been pretty full on games.
Yeah, and we really wanted to push ourselves. I mean, this is a great opportunity for guys who maybe didn't have a lot of ice in the summer to get into game shape. And we had a few guys coming off big injuries that need to reestablish themselves and get their confidence back. It takes some time. We got another week. I mean, 3 weeks of a preseason. What more could I ask for as a coach? Once we have our full lineup, I think that we'll be in a position to make a full assessment of it.
There was a penalty this evening at the start of the third period that I suspect not many people have been aware of coming in this season. Can you just explain what happened there?
Yeah, it's a time violation. There's 18 minutes in between period, and this is really to speed up the game for the fans and everybody, the officials, just so the games don't drag on. And sometimes these in between periods tend to really can drag out in some buildings. So that's a good indication to these guys that they can't on the time warnings, they have to be out there and ready, and I think it's a great lesson. I mean, ultimately we scored a goal on it, and but better to happen now than in home opener when there's 2 points on the line.
You brought Ricky Berzins back to the team this season. What is it about him that you wanted as part of your team?
Yeah, I mean, Ricky flew in Saturday afternoon and played both games. I thought that he was very competitive, and I thought he played well. He was a little disappointed with his performance, but I thought he did all right. I thought he competed for 60 minutes in both hockey games, and he's only going to get better as he gets more ice under his belt. But Ricky's a big favorite here for a reason, and he brings that competitive edge to us, and we're looking for big things out of him this season.
Rick Pinkson, another Rick in the team, he had an amazing first goal where he just seemed to skate around people like they weren't there, which I guess is what you're hoping for more of. Yeah,
I mean, I think that you've probably seen over the certainly spurts of it that we're not going to be hurting for offense this season. It's our defensive game that we play a different style, and if people remember back to the start of last season, it takes a while to get players thinking in a totally different way. They're getting used to a bigger ice surface. We play a system that was very successful for us last season, but it didn't happen overnight, and it's going to take these guys time to adjust as well. Once they get comfortable within it, they'll find that we don't give up many odd man rushes. We don't get ourselves in too much trouble, and I've said from day one, if we protect Shane better in front of that net, he's going to stop the puck for us. But it's still a work in progress, and as I said, we have another week before Glasgow comes in.
And speaking of which, so that's it. I mean, practice is really over, and now it's down to business. Challenge Club next weekend. You've got the Clan on Saturday, Giants on Sunday night. So, I mean, what's your goals for next weekend? What are you working towards?
Well, I mean, we want to come out of the gates and we start off with, arguably our biggest rival, and the games always have something special to them. You've seen the seesaw back and forth, and we want to hopefully come out and set a standard for the season that they're going to expect off us. That being said, I know last season they might have felt a little let down by the performance, and they'll definitely be out to right a perceived wrong in their heads, and then Belfast, who hearing a lot of good things out of their camp. It's going to be a stern test. So, but we're looking at our schedule, and I was discussing mentality with our guys over the course of the last couple of weeks. There's no nights off this year. Not there was many last year, but it's a high standard throughout the league. It's going to be a hard slog, and I feel we have the bodies to do it. We just got to get there and be totally comfortable with what we're trying to accomplish.
And with a probable capacity crowd in here on Saturday night, both in terms of Clan fans and Flyers fans, it'll be the first opportunity for some of the guys to hear what this place is like when it's full.
Yeah, everybody knows that's something special. Anytime that this building is near capacity, it's a very difficult place to come, and I've said to all our teams in the past, it has to be a place that teams don't necessarily want to come, and that's up to us as a group to make it feel that way. And we'll do a lot of talking because although the crowds are very decent for our preseason games, it's a whole different kettle of fish come Saturday, and it can be an intimidating place for even the home team at times if you're not playing as well as you should be. So we'll discuss a lot about that mentality throughout the week, and as well as all the rule changes that have come into effect. There's a whole bunch that will be enforcing stringently, and the mentality of staying off the officials. I've always been a big believer that it doesn't do you any favors to go after these guys anyways. They're going to have on nights and off nights just like ice hockey players, and we just have to get on with it and worry about ourselves. If you do that, generally we've been fine in the past,
The Bay Hotel, where your dream wedding becomes reality. Visit us at thebayhotel.net.